Hi, everybody. Hi, Crystal. Thank you so much for chatting with me today.
Okay.
I feel like I'm talking to a celebrity right now. Very cool.
No, no, no.
Everybody, if you
I'm
don't know,
excited.
this is Crystal of Bag a Day Crochet. Thank you so much for chatting with us. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Shira of Hat Not Hate, the founder of Hat Not Hate. And I wanted to I reached out to Crystal because she took it upon herself to make an amazing video talking about Hat Not Hate 2 weeks ago. And I subscribed to her channel. If you don't, I don't know go subscribe. But I subscribed to her channel and I got an alert that she had put a new video up. And I saw that she had put a video up about Hat Not Hate. And I kind of freaked out because I was so touched that she had wanted to spread the message, and here we are today. And I thought that maybe we should do a virtual, chit chat about Hat Not Hate. So how did you hear about Hat Not Hate, Crystal?
Okay, so I'm a big lover of yarn, as you can see behind me. So I'm always constantly searching websites, and Lion Brand's one I search often. And I think I was just on the site, and I heard about your mission last year a little bit, and then I was just thought I would just read a little bit about what you were doing, and then I noticed that your goal was 100,000 hats this year, blue hats. And I thought to myself, I'm just going to take it on myself, and I'm going to help them reach that goal to the best of my ability using my YouTube platform. So I made the video, and I told other YouTubers, us YouTubers, crochet YouTubers, knitters, yarn community on YouTube, great community. We stick together. And I asked them if they would put out videos also. So they started putting out videos asking for people's help. And the amount of people that didn't even know about Hat Not Hate it's staggering. There was a lot of people that didn't know, and I really think you're going to surpass your goal this year. I do.
Well,
I hope that you do. I really do. I'm going to do my best as far as I can on YouTube and Instagram, putting posts out, making new hat videos, the best of my ability to help you reach that goal. And I'm going to encourage other YouTubers, other Instagrammers to help as well.
I have goosebumps as you're saying that. Crystal, I'm surprised that people don't know about it, but at the same time, that's what I keep on telling people, that they just need to keep spreading the word. By you posting that video, like you kind of heard about it, but you posted that video and you alerted so many other people that feel the same way as you, that want to help and want to make a difference. And that's exactly what I tell people about social media, that even if you don't knit or crochet, if you feel the same way about this mission, if you feel passionately about it, chances are if you share something having to do with Hat Not Hate, even this video on your social media, there's going to be someone that had no idea about it. I wish I could scream it from the rooftops and tell everybody, but I can't. I'd probably lose my voice. So we have these different kind of these different ways of sharing it with people. So for that, I am beyond grateful. And I do hope we meet our goal, and the ultimate dream is to surpass the goal. But definitely with your help and you being one of my blue soldiers now, I definitely believe that we can get there. So since you've put out the video, like what kind of questions have you been getting? Like what kind of feedback have you gotten?
Well, my number one question that I get asked a lot, and I don't know a lot about Hat Not Hate, so I thought I would ask you a few of them since you know the most more than anybody. Can you use wool or wool blended yarns for your hats?
100% you can.
Okay.
I literally have said to anybody, I don't care if you have sheep in your backyard and you're going to shear the sheep, spin the wool, dye it blue, knit it into a hat. It can be any fiber, any type of yarn, any brand, as long as it's blue. And it has to be 75% blue. That's the other thing, is that a lot of people want to use variegated yarns. They definitely should it should be at least 75% blue. If you're not sure if it's blue, then it's not going to pass.
Does it need a special tag if it has wool?
Good question. They can communicate in the box. So all the information for Hat Not Hate can be found on hatnothate.org. You can go to the website, and I have done with my Hat Not Hate team our very best in trying to answer all of your questions on there. There's a lot of information because it's grown so quickly in the past 3 years. But you can find out where to send it. We have Hat Not Hate drop-off points. We have our PSA that we did. We have patterns that you can use. We have blue yarns you can use. Like literally, like we have there. It's everything. There's Hat Not Hate sweatshirts. Crystals is coming to her soon. We have tote bag. We have everything for Hat Not Hate is on the website. But to answer your question, do they need special tags? People can send it and they can communicate that it has wool or that it doesn't. But we definitely are aware of the ones that do have wool in, and we make it very clear to the schools when we send it out that, okay. And we ask them, are there any allergies? Yes.
Okay. As far as hats go, do you prefer more form-fitting hats like this? Can they be newsboy? Can they be face masks? What's your preference?
Very good question. In an ideal world, like more kind of, beanies, fitted, in the past, we've gotten some very eclectic hats. We've gotten some wizard hats. We've gotten some definitely crafty hats. I would in an ideal world that they're all some sort. I'm actually right now wearing my hat, which is cable knits and crochet cables. Because the idea was that, we have knitters, crocheters. We haven't figured out a way to include looms in this, but we have all these crafters working together to make hats. So this was kind of my hat for this year. But in an ideal world, they're form-fitting. But the biggest question that people ask, Crystal, is like, how big should the hats be? Kids' heads are actually pretty large. And
that's true.
Yeah. So I think we're all we think like kids' heads, like, oh, they're tiny. Let me make them tiny. No, make them adult fitting hats because.
Yes, that's what I was saying in a live stream the other day. People were asking the dimensions and I was saying, and they're like, well, that's not going to fit a kid. I'm like, I think so.
Yes. Yes, it will. It will. I mean, yes, my 5-year-old niece fits into my hats. So
yeah, my kids can fit my hats too. So
exactly.
I know that.
Yeah.
Any adult patterns. You have free patterns on your website. I got free tutorials. It's not hard to find free hat patterns anywhere that will work. Adult size, child size. My other question is, I know how do you distribute
the hats? Yeah.
Yes.
So actually, there are two things that are on our site. On the Hat Not Hate website, there's first off the nominate a school. So if there is, and this really only works if you are a principal or teacher that knows about this and wants it to bring it to your school. We have a very passionate parents and friends and moms and dads out there that want this to come to their school, and I love that. But we really, as I've learned from my experience of our distributions of hats in the past 2 years, it really only works when the school is on board. And if there are principals or teachers watching this, which I'm sure there will be, definitely go fill out that form and communicate that you would like to bring Hat Not Hate to your school. And we're actually working with an educational consultant that is reaching out to a plethora of schools around the country. Some schools are public schools, some schools are private schools, some schools are special needs schools, some schools are schools to kids that really need the hats for the warmth of the winter, some schools not. But it's all, we are in the process. When we do distribute the hats, the schools will be also implementing a 45-minute assembly in kind of encompassing the message of Hat Not Hate. And, all about bullying prevention and what it means to be an upstander and not a bystander and how to be kind. So the message really follows through, and these kids aren't just walking away with a hat. So there are lots of different ways that schools can be involved, and one is to definitely go check out our website, and they can reach out to us there, and they can nominate themselves. And then also, like I said, we have that educational consultant doing his job and reaching out to different schools around the U.S.
Okay. Do you distribute at all to adults? I know children are more impressionable, and they are subject more to bullying, but adults get bullied too. And I know your mission probably is more geared towards children, but do you ever distribute to like adult facilities, maybe adults that have disabilities, that could get bullied or anything like that?
100%. We are actually, there's no question that adults get bullied, and I also say that a lot too. I wish that I could go into Google and give them these hats, or not even Google, just anywhere. But there's no question that children are definitely more impressionable, and they are the seeds of our future, and we want to kind of give them that knowledge and information. But there are definitely organizations that we'd like to work with, and for the future, 100%, we're always open to working with adult organizations, groups, because yes, they do get bullied as well.
Yeah, good goal for the future or something like that.
100%. 100%.
Do you think you're going to reach your goal?
Oh man, it's a good question. Crystal, when we talked on the phone the other week, and I kind of told you in short, kind of like how Hat Not Heat grew. This is our third year doing it, and I never, as much as my parents tell me to dream big, I never thought it would be this big so quick. But at the same time, I really believe that I've hit a nerve with people, and people are really there. Before, I'm only making them talk about it more. And I think it's so important. And I think that it's something, we need so much kindness now in this world. And I think that everybody's on board with it. So I think, I haven't gotten to that point, but I think at the beginning of May is when every day I start waking up and I start asking myself that question, because that's when it happened last year. I hope that I do, because that just means that there will be more children and more people that have helped me make an impact, and in turn, children will feel that impact. But I also understand that if I don't make that goal, that it will just give me even more fire in my belly to continue to reach for that goal. So,
well, I think you're going to reach it. I really do. I did have one more question about the yarn.
Yeah.
Now, I had heard somewhere, I don't know if it's true or not, does Lion Brand give discounts on their website on blue yarn?
So we actually right now have a discount on the blue yarn, on all blue yarn, and the discount code will be in the below comments. So right. If people do want to go to Lion Brand, and it doesn't have to be Lion Brand yarn, but if they would like to use Lion Brand, which it's a great brand, if they want to use Lion Brand, we are giving a 35% off discount right now.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good discount. So yes, but yeah, like she said, any yarn will work. I've made 4 or 5, and I haven't used Lion Brand yarn yet, but I did buy some.
All right.
It's covered in the mail.
All right, I'm here for it. Crystal, before we go, I have a question. How many hats are you going to make this year? What's your goal? I might go, I don't know. I'm going to try to do it. I got to keep it kind of lower. But I'll try to do 30. I'll take it. I'll hold you to that 30. I'm here for it. We did some really cool fast math the other day on our Instagram. We had, it's grown since then, but we had about 5,000 followers, and I took 100,000 and I divided that by 5,000, and it came out to 20. If each one of our followers made 20 hats, we'd have 100,000 hats.
Yeah.
Kind of doable when you think of it that way.
Oh, if you think about that. Yeah.
Well, listen, I really, really, really appreciate your time, and I appreciate you continuing to spread the message. And if you don't already follow Bag a Day Crochet, go. Her posts are beautiful. Her videos are awesome, informative, and as you can see, she's just a really kind person. So why not?
Just remember to everybody that I am not affiliated with Lion Brand. This was, as
No.
They didn't reach out. I heard some people talking saying that Lion Brand reached out to a bunch of YouTubers. I don't think that was the case because they never reached out to me. I just took it upon myself.
100%.
And I suggest everybody, even if you don't have a YouTube channel, even if you don't have an Instagram account, no social media following at all, even if you just do church groups in your crochet on your own, make one hat. One hat makes a difference. Trust me, it will.
Every hat does. Every hat does. Crystal, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for helping me spread this message. I'm so, so grateful. And hey, I guess, Crystal's got a lot of faith in that I'm going to meet my goal. So we're going to have to do something big.
We're going to do it. You're going to do it. I'm going to help you the best of my ability. I'm going to rally up some YouTubers to try to help all my followers. Shoot, I have over 500,000. Even a quarter of them made one hat.
100%. Easy peasy, guys. Easy peasy, guys.
We can do it. So thanks for having me, Shira. I appreciate the time you took out your day to talk to me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you guys so much. And remember, all the information will be below in the comments. And thank you all. Please go subscribe to Bag a Day Crochet. Give this video a big like, subscribe, everything. Subscribe to wherever you're watching this, because us two people are just trying to spread some kindness, and you're going to help us do it.
I am.
All right. Bye, everybody. Bye. Thank you, Crystal.